short films are great. I've seen a lot of great short films, and there's one that I think ran as an episode of. Somebody told me this. I don't know it to be true. That it ran as an episode of The Twilight Zone after it had already, I think, won an Academy Award or something. But it was a movie called An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. Ambrose Bierce, or whatever the guy, the Civil War guy, and it's it's like a half-hour film or 25-minute film or something like that, and it was one of the major influences on me. I mean, it's a haunting movie. I think about it almost every day. It's weird. I saw it like 15 years ago or something. I'm always thinking about it.
As soon as John, can you? As soon as
crew guys and non-essential folks, we gotta.
Billy Bob Thornton and I have known each other for about a year now. I went down to a theater in Pasadena. A friend had told me about this movie, One False Move, and I went to see it not expecting much because I think most of the things that come out these days are pretty dismal and depressing, and I thought it'd be another thriller, and I saw it, and I was absolutely riveted. I couldn't leave. In fact, I sat through it twice.
He really liked the movie and wanted me and a couple of the other cast members in his picture, Gray Knight, and he did cast a couple of us in Gray Knight, so I worked with him in that movie. And we just kind of hit it off because George doesn't like to do anything normal, and neither do I. So that's how it kind of came about. I just showed George the script one day and said, because we're going to do a lot of movies together. We already planned it out, I said, well, I got this short. You got to look at this. He read it and he goes, oh God, will you let me direct it? I said, sure, let's go.
So who put up the money for it?
I'm sorry?
Who put up the money for it?
George's people. A lot of guys that I didn't know before this. I mean, there were like 3 or 4 different people who put up the money for it, and it's not a lot of money, but sometimes raising a little bit of money is harder than raising a lot of money.
Typically, shorts are not commercial pieces, so why does a producer get involved in a short? In this particular instance, I think that we've got a lot of wonderful talent. First of all, George has got tremendous potential as a director, and he's got a tremendous knowledge of film, which I think is excellent, and which is just his body of knowledge. He's a student of film as well as a maker of film, and I think that I respect him a lot for that, and I think that makes him a wonderful, very good director. Then Billy Bob's participation in this film is obviously key. I mean, this whole piece is about Billy Bob. And the funny thing is, after reading it, it finally came to me, before I'd ever spoken to him or ever met him, that the entire reason for this short was that he had devised this character, this murderer, this psycho killer.
The way I came up with the character is really kind of bizarre, actually. It's just as bizarre as the movie is. It came out of nowhere. People ask me, this guy's so strange. I mean, did you know somebody growing up like this or whatever? I really didn't. I was making an HBO or something like that. It was some cable movie that I had 4 lines in back in like 1985 or something like that. And I was playing a railroad conductor in the 20s, and they had my hair cut off like white walls, and I was sort of pale, and I had this wool conductor's uniform on with a neck up to here, clean shaven like I am now, and I just looked goofy. I looked like a cue ball with a suit on, So I was in my dressing room looking at myself, and I wasn't doing real well then. I mean, I just worked in little bits here and there. And I was looking at myself in the dressing room in the mirror and thinking, God, you look goofy. You're really awful looking, And here you are groveling for 4 lines in a movie. I mean, all these other people out here have real parts, and you're sitting here in this monkey suit looking goofy. So I started making faces at myself, in the mirror. I just started going, all these things, Pretty soon I started using this voice. I started talking to myself in this weird voice. And I did the whole monologue from this movie right then. I don't even know where it came from. It's just going, one of those things, or, bad acid flashback or something. I don't know what it was.
When I met him, we had lunch together with George, and he said, when I do my big speech, maybe we won't rehearse it because I do a real big character, and maybe we should just wait until the day. And I'm not really Methody, so I said, okay, yeah, sure, why not? And then it actually ended up where the first time I heard the speech, it was a close-up on me, on my reaction, and I was so glad that I had waited because he was so frightening and so real and spooky and scary, and and mesmerizing. I mean, it's an incredible character that he does.
That's your Bloomington. Okay, here we go.
Linda, could you face away from camera,
I
please?
really don't want to even for rehearsal. Okay, John, your head's not going to be down as far.
The first plan is to finish it, and then, well, hopefully we'll get it in the Sundance Festival in January and show it in festivals. That's really sort of the only forum for showing short films. And of course, cable television, and both in the United States and Europe, I assume we'll sell it to that. And hopefully the piece will be good enough that it'll also help us get work doing more features too.
I reckon I'm gonna have to get used to looking at people.
Yes, I guess you are.
I reckon I'm gonna have to get used to them looking at me too.
You better go get your things.
I ain't got nothing but them books.
You better go get them.
All right, then.
Now hold on one second. Can you
Great,
see,
absolutely.
Can you see the tag and can you see him
Absolutely.
tear it off? So we don't need to go in for a close-up, you think?
Oh, here, wait a minute.
Let me
Stop.
see.
I don't think. In fact, I think he's breaking up the shot to be a thin.
Let me see.
Make like you're going to tear it off there. Grab
Okay,
it.
Jeff. So what are you gonna do when you tear it off, Jefferson?
I'm just putting my fingers behind it. I look at it for a second. $14.99. There, yank. All right, and I let go and I put it in my pocket.
Okay, when you put it in your pocket, make sure you're still playing it to camera so we can see it as long as possible.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right, but don't let that delay you.
Okay, let's carry it on from here. Now, can I yet, George? Or not?
Yeah.
Okay.